Ladies and gentlemen, it's here, the new studio tour! I don't know why I'm running, I'm just gonna wear myself out, but here we are! A much bigger space than before. I've actually got everything set up pretty much as I had it, because then I can sort of just jump back into work. There are a lot of changes I want to make, and I want your suggestions. I'm thrilled to report that the most important thing, my gaming setup, has made it here in one piece. I haven't actually played a single game on this yet. The only problem is that I don't have any real curtains or blinds yet, and so if it's a bright day like it is today, well, as you can see, it is quite literally like this in real life. This is awful. I mean, look at this, I'm like an alien or something. It's a bit better when I come over here, but who would have thought that bay windows would have not been the best idea? They give you plenty of space, but they let in a lot of light, which is not ideal for gaming or for filming. Corsair has gone small with a new K65 RGB Mini. This 60% mechanical keyboard will not only look incredible on your desk, but it'll save you space and let you game at your very best. Powered by Corsair Axon hyper-processing technology, the K65 RGB Mini can pull at a mind-boggling 8000 Hz for super fast reaction times. Play your best game today with the K65 RGB Mini. Check it out with that link down below. Whilst this is the first setup tour this studio's seen, the first video was actually all about this thing, which is Alder Lake 12900K RTX 3080 Ti. This is a really cool build. And you probably see that we do have a bit of a backdrop here, but while it definitely looks okay, I mean, it looks better when we are actually filming properly and we have all of the lights dimmed and we're maybe filming at night, so we don't have, I don't know, the sun. That's not really a joke because it actually is the sun. Basically, when we can control the lighting properly, I think this looks a whole lot better, but realistically, I'm thinking I want to paint these walls and do something with a bit more texture than last time. I mean, this design definitely does work. It is clean and it is simple, and I can get access to all of my lovely fans whenever I need them for builds and things, but I want something that really stands out and isn't, as I say, just like a painted wall and a coloured backdrop. I want it to look a bit more unique rather than just relying on the PC Centric sign. In terms of echo and sound, it's not ideal, but it's not actually as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think when I stand here, it is picking it up quite a lot. Using a lavalier mic means that you don't pick up as much as you would with a boom. I wouldn't want to use that at the moment. There are two massive changes with this space though that some of you may have already noticed so far. If we move in and we continue our bit of a 360, gives you a bit more of the scale of the room. The first change actually is back over here, and it's the fact that I now have my own private bathroom for work and my own shower for when I need to cry away my tears. I'm really not good with words, am I? Cry away my tears. Again, that's what everybody does. I meant wash away my tears. And even that doesn't really work. Private bathroom aside though, the other massive change is that in terms of storage, we not only have something that is a little bit neater and tidier. Here are all of the gaming monitors that I will be using to sort of benchmark and do builds with. But you probably noticed that our huge rack that we had with everything on has now disappeared. Still need to work out how to open this. Essentially, the idea is to keep everything as light as possible, so only the things we actually use in the studio are going to be kept here. Everything else will be kept at a different location. So we've got all of our camera equipment, we've got lenses, we've got gimbals, suit jacket for a wedding that never happened because of COVID, and then all of the stuff for yesterday's build. If you're watching this from the cable management police, then you'll be glad to know that I have actually now begun the journey. I have actually finally mounted this thing underneath the desk, so all of the power outlets are kept out of the way. I do need something to raise this amplifier up, and as you can see, I've got my tubing here ready to organise these cables. And I promise that I will actually do it this time. I know I've said that before, but the next video, I assure you, everything under that desk will look pristine. Today though, we have two jobs. The first one is to actually fill this empty space and put a brand new chair there. And then the other one, and the one that we're going to do right now, is to actually improve our Wi-Fi. One of the best things about this studio though is that we do actually have Cat 6 Ethernet that comes in here, and I'm getting gigabit speeds more or less, which is awesome. I think we get about 470 down, 120 up. But the default router that BT gave me is pretty useless, so we're going to be upgrading to this. This is the Nighthawk AX12. This is Wi-Fi 6, so it's going to be way faster than before and will actually allow us to get those speeds, and I'm hoping that the range is much better. This is the chair, by the way. We go into our utility cupboard and you'll see Again, not the neatest, but not too bad. We've got a 10 gig Ethernet switch that Asus sent out, which is awesome. We've got this plugged into our NAS, so we've got full speed all the way up into the office, which is great. It's this thing that's the culprit though, and I don't really understand why they give you a Wi-Fi AC router when you're paying for gigabit download speeds. It doesn't really make any sense because you're just not gonna ever get it with this. But this looks like an alien. It is quite literally like a UFO style spaceship. Your wings are your antenna, which is pretty cool. It supports multi-gig internet. You've got link aggregation if you're using two devices that want to use two different cables. And then you also have 2.5 gig as well for maybe your gaming PC or anything else like networking stuff that needs a little bit more extra bandwidth. I'm hoping that this is going to be pretty easy to set up because this is one of the more modern systems that some older routers do have a little bit of a hard time recognizing. We can do a little peel for you. Oh, that didn't even come off all the way. That is disappointing. The instructions were all pretty easy to follow. I've set it up so that I've got one SSID and I'm using the multi-gig port rather than the 1 gigabits a second. I don't think that's going to make any real difference, but it might. Let's do a little speed test on our Pixel 6 Pro. That is not as high as I would like. Weirdly enough, in the studio, we're getting even higher, around about 600. We were getting about 300 before with the BT, so it is a success. I'm just a bit confused why it wasn't doing this downstairs when it's nearer to the router. Clearly a few teething issues for me to sort out in my own time, but now let's get to the really exciting bit, my new chair. The Noblechairs Icon TX Anthracite. Anthracite. It's got this sort of new look material where it's not leather, it's more like a sofa, I guess. It's not car seat, it's not hard. It looks pretty cool actually. Otherwise, we've got our wheels, a head pillow that I almost certainly will never use, lumbar support, which I'm sure I will, box of screws, the base of the chair, which is quite difficult to hold with one hand, and then finally, our gas lift. This chair has literally got me gassed. Okay, this should be pretty much business as usual. I have made 3 of these before, or maybe this is the 3rd actually. And the thing with Noblechairs is, I genuinely do like them. I think gaming chairs in general are starting to get a bit of a bad rap, which is a good thing because a lot of them are very cheaply made in factories. They're all pretty much the same and they're not very good for your back. I can't speak for how good the Noblechair is over 10, 15 years, but what I will say is the previous one that I had for 2 years, I've been very comfortable using it, no issues whatsoever. So we place this bit on top, tighten it up with the included Allen key, get the wheels. The wheels on the chair go round and round. Lay it up flat, put the sucky thing over the bar, pick up the now quite heavy chair, lay this on top, like so. Get the back of the chair, and then line this up. Oh, that is lethal. You're probably not supposed to do that. I like danger. Now you get the joy of smelling your own armpit as you get these 4 screws nice and tight. Ladies and gentlemen, we have our Noblechairs in a finish that I think is genuinely much, much better than leather. Even real leather. I was using this sort of fake one before, but it was pretty convincing. But this is definitely more my style. Let's roll it into position. Let's give it a little bit of a twirl. I mean, it does feel pretty much exactly the same as the previous Noblechair. I know how it works, but I think the texture definitely does help. The only thing is, I don't know how hot this is going to get in the summer months, because obviously it's November and this isn't exactly a stress test. It does feel nice, but if it is going to get a bit hot and sweaty and just go a bit meh, then that's not good. But I'll be giving you updates, I guess, as time goes on. Can your chair do this? I mean, do you want your chair to do this? I can safely say I've never used this functionality until now. Although if you had the footstool, that would be quite nice. And so then, this has been hopefully the first of many studio tours as we upgrade this space, make it look even better and way better than before. Main takeaway is that it is just so much bigger than what I had last time. The video content, I assure you, is going to be better than ever. And it's finally big enough to actually have some guests. So do you want to see me do a collab? Who would you want to see come here first? Let me know down in that comment section below. If you do want to check out any of the products that I've used, then I'll link them all down below with my global Amazon affiliate links. And of course, while you're down there, do bask in the RGB glory of the K65 RGB Mini. If you're after a small, yet fully featured mechanical gaming keyboard, then look no further. Packing Cherry MX mechanical key switches, durable PBT double shot keycaps, and per key RGB lighting, the K65 RGB Mini is just the ticket for gamers looking to downsize. Get yours today with that link down below. But thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Smash the like button and get subscribed.